Live here from live here from Daytona International Speedway. It is the inaugural Daytona 250 for the FWM Gen4 Cup Series. I'm Emmett Crow, alongside me, my producer, Mr. Tracy Brown, and we're in for a great race tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Your pole sitter is going to be from Overland Park, Kansas, Mr. Adrian Featherston. He'll line up next to Yogi Schleer on the outside in the 12 car. Row 2 will consist of Gerald Berlin lining up next to Chris Golden from Elk City, Oklahoma on the outside. Your dual winner, but also Chris Golden will have to drop to the back due to an EOL for missing the driver's meeting. Row 3, that's where you find Wayne Cannon and Doug Packer in 6th. So you move you move Wayne Cannon up to 4th, and you put Packer in 5th, and he'll line up next to Benjamin Hollenbaugh in 6th. Daniel Jones will line up next to Austin Cansdale in row 4. Row 5 is where we find Chris Norris lining up next to Joshua Tressler. And row 6 is where we're going to find Zach Tebow lined up next to Zachary Pantano. And then we find Hunter Carlson lined up next to Christopher M. James in the 6th car. And rounding out the field is going to be Matthew LaRue in row 9. 17 cars. This is it, ladies and gentlemen. We've waited for this. We had a great duel race last week, but now it's time to reach up there and pull those belts tight one more time. We're green flag racing here at Daytona. Get up through the gears. It's going to be Adrian Featherston getting a great launch. He'll come around down the backstretch. He'll be your leader, followed by Jared Berlin in the Home Depot number 70. But Yogi Schleer getting a big shot. It's Chris Golden. I guess they didn't make him start in the back. So now Chris Golden will be up there trying to give Yogi Schleer a shot. And look at that. Wayne Cannon in the GM Goodwrench Kevin Harvick scheme is trying to get up there behind Jared Berlin. But here we go. It's going to be Adrian Featherston. He'll come out of turn number 4 and down through the tri-oval and lead the inaugural first lap of this Gen 4 FWM Cup Series. As now we go into turn number 1. It's going to be Featherston. He's got a great lead right now. That top line, there's just not enough energy built up right now. As we ride on board, let's see, let's just see how fast these guys are going. And we have our first caution of the day, and it's a big one as we see them wrecking in the back. I have to take a look and see what happened. So we come by to, here we go right here. Oh my gosh. All right, so now we're taking a look. And oh man, Daniel Jones just got shoved into the wall, and it was on from there. Man, a lot of good cars tore up. So Adrian Featherston is going to be your leader as we work lap number 3 in our first caution of the day. Taking another look right here, and it looks like there we go right there. Oh yeah, I believe that's I can't tell who that. I think that's Chris. No, that in the 59 of Doug Packer. So Packer got into Jones, and then that's what caused the big pileup behind him. So here we go. We're working lap number 4 now of this 100-lap race. 250 miles is the distance. All right. Sorry about that, folks. We had a little bit of technical difficulties, but we're back here. Again, Adrian Featherston's going to be your leader, followed by Jared Berlin. And then you find Wayne Cannon in third in the 29 machine. Then you find Yogi Schleer. And you find Benjamin Hollenbaugh, Chris Golden, Austin Cansdale, Chris Norris, Joshua Tressler, Zach Tebow, Matthew LaRue, Zach Pantano, Nicholas Mull, Christopher James, Daniel Jones, Hunter Carlson, and Doug Packer. That'll round out your field for tonight's Great American Race. And we're trying to get... Sorry, folks, my live scoring is hit the fan, so trying to get that working. Gotta love it with technology. But again, this race is scheduled for 100 laps, 250 miles, and we're already under caution for the first time today for a big wreck that involved Daniel Jones, Doug Packer, Hunter Carlson, Christopher James, and much more. But all right, so with that being the first caution, hopefully it can't get any worse, and we're going to get a great race, which I believe that wholeheartedly. So as we see, Hunter Carlson still on pit road. They're going to work lap number 5 this time. Getting everything set up. Again, your leader is going to be Mr. Adrian Featherston. We come around. Lights are on the pace car, so we're going to go back green this time by. Everybody getting lined up. As we see Mr. Featherston right there alongside Jared Berlin, Yogi Schleer alongside Wayne Cannon, Chris Golden alongside Benjamin Hollenbaugh, and then we find Chris Norris lined up next to Austin Cansdale, Joshua Tressler in the Wrangler 20 machine, lining up next to Zach Tebow in the Tide machine that does not have a number for some reason. Doug Packer was given an EOL on that last caution. But here we go, folks. They're getting lined up now. And Matthew LaRue rocking the Bojangles scheme. I know all these North Carolina boys will appreciate that Bojangles scheme. I actually got to sorry about that. I actually got to try Bojangles for the first time, and oh my gosh, I was in heaven. It was so good. We went back. It was a Saturday night, and we went back Sunday morning, got breakfast. But here we go, folks. Coming out of turn number 4, down the front stretch, going into the chute. In the tri-oval, pace car pulls off pit road. And the green flag is back underway, and we are back underway here at Daytona. Give them a chance to get up to speed. Already Wayne Cannon making a move on the leader, Adrian Featherston. He's going to shoot up high and get a little bit of drafting help from Jared Berlin. They're 3 wide in the back with Hunter Carlson, Chris James, and I believe that is Zach Pantano, I believe, also back there. But here we go. Matthew LaRue getting a push from Chris, getting some drafted help from Golden. That's all pushing up to the 94 to get past the 29 of Wayne Cannon. Adrian Featherston and Cannon. They're 2 abreast, 4 rows deep. And now they're starting to get separated, but they're starting to hook back up to 3-1. We got a car in the sucker hole. That's going to be Zach Tebow, and that's actually going to push him all the way back. He's not, it didn't push him too much. I was really surprised, but now we see Yogi Schleer and Hunter Carlson working together as Daniel Jones is on the bottom. They're trying to split the tide machine of Zach Tebow and Yogi Schleer trying to get a push from Hunter Carlson right here. Trying to get all hooked up. Oh man, Jared Berlin had to get out of the gas right there. You see the lockup and the smoke. Had to lift right there or he was going to get into the back of Wayne Cannon, as now we see Hunter Carlson is going to be the fastest lap so far with the 47.45. That car's got fresh tires. It's got fresh everything. It's got a brand new bumper on it and everything. Oh my gosh, I love seeing the glare off the windshield. It just, oh man, it seems real. All right, here we go. As we go into the turn, Wayne Cannon is going to take the lead away from Austin Cansdale. Cansdale's starting to blink a little bit. And now Cansdale trying to get to the back of Cannon, who was actually fastest in this final practice that they had earlier before the race. As Zachary Patano in his 4-wide debut is going to set the fastest lap so far. So the lap times and lead changes are starting to get underway. Here comes Hunter Carlson, who was just involved in that big one on lap number 3. He'll try to get some momentum with Jared Berlin. And the 63 of Patano, as now we see right here, Jared Berlin trying to get to the back of Carlson. They're all trying to get to the back of Yogi Schleer to get to the back, to get to the back of eventually Wayne Cannon. But now we see up high as Daniel Jones is getting some drafting help for Patano, and Chris Golden, your dual winner, is trying to get up there as well. So here we go. Wayne Cannon continuing to lead. Austin Cansdale in second. Zach Tebow in third. Fourth, you'll find Yogi Schleer. Fifth, you'll find Christopher James. And then you'll find Hunter Carlson, Jared Berlin, Adrian Featherston, Chris Norris, and so forth. We're starting to get a little single file out here just for a second, as Hunter Carlson's going to set another fast time with a 46.57, so that'll make him the fastest lap of the race so far. As now we see Wayne Cannon starting to pull, keep that bottom line at bay and just play follow the leader. Nobody ducking out of line, just following through. We get a good shot of Zach Tebow. And Cannon continues to lead. Continues to lead, and Austin Cansdale just staying right behind him as we work lap number 12 this time. As now it looks like Austin Cansdale is going to give Cannon a shot right here, trying to push him away from the field. Tebow is sticking right with him in the draft, but here comes Yogi Schleer trying to get that outside line going. They're getting hooked up. The choo-choo train is coming, as here they come around the mountain. And it's going to be Yogi Schleer getting a push now from Carlson. And Carlson trying to give get a shot from Berlin, as Benjamin Hollenball is going to set the fastest time with a 46.54. So the draft is really fast. And how fast is it, you ask? Well, let's just see how fast it is. So they're running 196 in the draft. That's fast. You know, unfortunately, they don't run that fast anymore in the draft, but it's great to hear the restrictor plates humming as they just come around the turn. Oh, man. Just love that sound. Miss that sound so much. So Wayne Cannon continuing to lead. Then you find Austin Cansdale, Zach Tebow, Christopher James, and Adrian will round out that bottom line along with Jared Berlin and Zach. Man, Joe Berlin got out of the line right there, but he sticks it back in behind Adrian Featherston. And now they're just running single file, they're trying to get that high side to go, but it's going to take a lot as Benjamin Hollenball is going to set a 46.33. Wow. Benjamin Hollenball in the Circuit City number 8 is now right on board with, I believe this is Hunter Carlson riding on board with. Just keeping it at bay, not getting too much in the gas. Actually kind of dragging the brake a little bit. Just trying not to run and get into the back of Yogi Schleer right here. Carlson has a sweet looking scheme paying tribute to Dale Jr. But also with the Studio 86 on it was amazing. It's now the bottom line has went single file, but this top side is trying to form up. They're just trying to get some momentum. Oh man, Adrian Featherston! I think he thought he was clear right there. It almost washed up the racetrack into Yogi Schleer, but they keep it off each other. Oh, Hunter Carlson gets a big shot from Daniel Jones. Mindful, as we like to call him around the FWM. His teammate Yogi Schleer of UNCW Racing. Being told that somebody's not happy with Doug Packer, saying he's killing the momentum, just stay on the bottom. Now there's a good look at it. They have lost the draft. Joshua Nicholas Mole and Doug Packer have lost the draft. I don't know what happened there, but I think Nicholas Mole said, all right, I'm going to be the lead car. You just push me around. As now we see Cannon continuing to lead. Austin Cansdale in second. Zach Tebow in third. Christopher James in fourth. And so forth. Yogi Schleer in Yogi Schleer in fifth, excuse me. Adrian Featherston in sixth. If they just get a couple more cars, that high side can come into play. But they just can't get hooked up. And I mean, Hunter Carlson and Daniel Jones are doing all they can to put that 12 car in front. They're doing a great job. But Joshua Tressler being that far back and not being able to give them the push that they need is really hurting them. one of these bottom cars to come up and get in line with them, and then that's when they'll start making their run towards the front. So we see the bottom line stay in single file. Wayne Cannon will come by and lead lap number 20 here in this Great American Race. Lap number 20 goes on the board. 81 to go. 81 laps to go in this race. Who's going to be the one who gets bragging rights and says that they won the first ever FWM Gen 4 Cup Series race? Well, that question will soon be answered in 81 laps. And now we see Cansdale just running his line, just staying behind Cannon and just giving him a shot every now and then to push him away from the field. Austin Cansdale, who's succeeded on the console side of FWM and now has really hooked it up and is a really great driver on the iRacing side of FWM. And that's what you like to see. You'd like to see these drivers improving, and we've seen a lot of improvement from these drivers from their first ever race that they had. But great guys right there. And the iRacing side of FWM is definitely growing. Of course, that led to the hard decision to go on our own and start the Worldwide Motorsports Network, which you are watching this race live on. Thank you for tuning in. And now it looks like Chris Golden just came over and said, I'm just going to ride around and then I'll race the last 10. And I think that's what a lot of these guys are doing. They're just running around, just seeing what they got. But then when we get to about 10 to go, that's when the action's really going to pick up. There's Chris right there from Elk City, Oklahoma. And it's we're excited that he will have FWM on his real ARCA car. That's right, Worldwide Motorsports will be on a NASCAR in the ARCA Menard Series. Looking forward to that. Chris Golden, driver of the 86 for Alex Club Racing. Good, great owner, driver team with Alex Club being the owner and the driver. Those guys have really excelled, getting great finishes. As now we see Austin Cansdale trying to look and see if he's got anything for Wayne Cannon right here. And now this is when we're probably going to see some green flag pit stops. These cars are only filled up to 75%. So I'm thinking they'll come in about lap 40. Big checkup coming from Hunter Carlson. I don't know what happened there. Carlson has actually dropped back. I think he didn't want to get into the back of Chris Norris. And they're discussing, everybody on the radio chat are discussing when they're going to come in. As we see Zach Patano, excuse me, not Ponto. But now we see Yogi Schleer trying to get to the back of Jared Berlin and get into the back of Agent Featherston along with Christopher James. So now we are completely single file. Oh, Yogi Schleer gets on the apron. Schleer gets on the apron. Hold on a second, folks. And we are having some technical difficulties. All right, so here we go, folks. As we see some pit stops happening now, as we saw Doug Packer and I believe Nicholas Moe. Now we see Matthew LaRue on pit road. Benjamin Hollenball. We're going to take a look at Benjamin Hollenball just for a second as we see the leaders coming in. It looked like so we're taking a look right here. All right, so here we go. We're going to take a look right now. Oh, yep. Oh, couple cars. And that's where that communication comes into play right there. As we see Yogi Schleer hitting pit road along with Daniel. Oh my gosh, Benjamin Hollenball just flying down pit road. Oh man! How did Matthew LaRue not get any contact? Man, that was too close to call for sure. Daniel, Jared Berlin coming on saying, whoever that was, I'm sorry. My black box showed up on the screen and I couldn't see anything. Oh man, but here we go. Zach Tebow is going to be your leader, followed by Hunter Carlson. And they have got a gap on the field. Been a great race, only the one caution that we've had. So not too bad actually. Great racing. A lot of green flag runs. And so forth. Tebow's continuing to lead, but now we're seeing Austin Canzo working with Matthew LaRue. We're getting everything. Now we see Zach Tebow. Tebow not, it says the 10 car, but there is no number on that car. Actually, now it shows 10. So at the first of the race, I didn't see a 10 on there, but apparently that is the 10 tied of Zach Tebow. As they're catching the lap machine of Benjamin Hollenball now. Benjamin Hollenball about to go the second lap down. Who was having a great race, ran one of the fastest laps of the race, but now we see him going 2 laps down after spinning out coming into the pits. I tell you, these are Gen 4, but this looks like a Gen 6 race at Talladega with the tandem drafting or the COT. And we see Chris Golden has moved into the number 3 spot over Zach Patano. As we're coming down to 69 laps to go in lap number 32. Chris Golden getting a line started actually now that they have Patano, Cansdale, and Cannon and LaRue in the caboose. Here comes the freight train, folks. If they get hooked up, they should be able to catch these lead 2 cars of Tebow and Carlson. Boy, we had a lot of chaos happen on pit road, both on the live scoring on my end, and I'm glad that our producer Tracy Brown did not have the same home that I did on that last round of green flag pit stops, because my session actually crashed, so I actually had to, luckily I was able to get back into it. But yeah, great job by our great producer, Mr. Tracy Brown, who does a great job week in and week out. Great to be here in beautiful Daytona Beach, Florida, for this inaugural running of the Daytona 250 for the FWM Gen 4 Cup Series. Zach Tebow continuing to lead, but we're looking right here as we see Gerald Berlin and Yogi Schleer are now under fire from these lead 2 cars of Carlson and Tebow. Oh, Schleer got a little loose right there. So it's going to be, it's these two. These two are the front 2, and they have just put a gap of 5 seconds between them and the 3rd place driver, Mr. Chris Golden, and so forth. Man, they are, they're in their own zip code for sure. Austin Gansdale. All single file. Chris Golden. This is third through 8th. All single file right here. As we look further up, it's the 1-2 tandem of Hunter Carlson and Zach Tebow. Now we see Jared Berlin just staying behind, getting a little drafting help. Jared Berlin, this is not for position. He is a lap down. And Chris Golden coaching to Zachary Patano. He said, that's exactly what we need to do. Push me down the straightaways and then get off the bumper in the turns, and we're catching them each and every lap. And we see it right here. As we take a look, let's see. Hold on 1 second. As we see, we're going to take a look at Tebow. And Golden. There we go. All right, so now we see the gap between Tebow and Golden. Oh, we can't see because it's not showing up. Yeah, I mean, it's seeming like they're going to keep it around 5 seconds, but it looks like Chris Golden and Austin Cansell has now gotten around Patano to take over the 4th position. So now I think that's why I think Chris Golden told Cansell to get around Patano, because he knows how good of a pusher Austin Cansell's been to Wayne Cannon. So here we go. We're coming down the backstretch. It'll be lap number 40 when they hit the line. And I think this is a good time. We're going to step away for just a moment. We'll be right back right here on 4x Motorsports Network. Back here live at Daytona International Speedway. It's a game of cat and mouse right now as Chris Golden is trying to get the help from Austin Cansell to catch the front 2 tandem of Tebow and Carlson. They've cut it down to, it was 5.7, and they've cut it down to 4.6. So they're cutting it down as Daniel Manfred Jones is going to set the fastest lap of the race so far with the 46.20. Wow, that's fast. But as we see right here, Tressler got shuffled out earlier and got pushed down below the yellow line. But this bottom line is, I mean, this second group is starting to get hooked up together. And if that happens, if I'm Tebow and Carlson, I'm holding on to my britches because they're coming and they're coming fast as we see but Tressler getting outside of this is not helping. And now they've all got strung out. They had it organized for just a second, but the good thing about these Gen 4s is you don't have to be that organized. You do have speed along with, as you see it right here live, the gap has shrunk to a 3.8 second lead over Golden and Cansdale from Tebow. They are coming and they're coming fast. Here they come. You get off the track if you don't want to get hit. Here they come right here. Carlson and Tebow trying to get away, but Golden and Cansdale and Cannon are coming. And look at the gap now. It is almost less than 3 3/10 of a second. And that's what Chris Golden's telling everybody. Stay tight, stay tight. We're going to catch them. We're going to catch them. Don't break away. As we see Matthew LaRue just trying to get up, just trying to get to the back of Wayne Cannon so that they can give him a shot. And look at this live shot right here. You can see it. They are coming, folks. Here they come. It's down to 2.9 seconds as we come to lap number 47 this time. Oh, Matthew LaRue up there on the high side. I don't know why I don't know what he's thinking. You got to get locked up together. And now we see Patano also, but now we see LaRue get down. I wonder if he was just trying to get out of the trouble and try to keep that beautiful looking Bojangles machine out of harm's way. But here we go. And now we're being told that they have 5 laps of fuel, so now they're working out pit stops. So it looks like they're going to come in when it gets down to 2 laps. So Golden pushing the envelope. As now we see right here, 1.8 seconds. As we hear Carlson and Tebow making their communication about their fuel situation. And here we go. It's down. It's shrinking. It's growing. It's shrinking. It's a roller coaster here at Daytona. Cansdale giving Golden a big shot right here. And we're being told that Tebow and Carlson may come in next lap. Don't know if that... They're still trying to figure it out. Crew chiefs are up here. They got all the graphing calculator, all the calculators, everything out, trying to map this strategy out. And what will be the could be the final stop of this race and could ultimately either put you in Gatorade victory lane or outside looking in. And then you'd be wondering what could have been. It's down to a second and a half, down to 1.4, 1.3. It is shrinking as here comes 1.2. Here they come. Here comes the 86 machine of Chris Golden in the second group with Cansdale, Cannon, and Featherston. And we're being told that Chris Golden will be coming this time. Let's see who all goes with him. As we're taking a look right here. Golden getting to the back of the Berlin. Trying to just draft around, pull him around until he can pit. Now we see, it looks like Golden's going to be by himself. Wow, what a move right here. As now we see the battle for the lead is heating up between Carlson and Tebow as Chris Golden hits pit road. Chris Golden hits pit road along with Zach Patano and Christopher James and Doug Packard. So hopefully they'll let Chris Golden be the lead car in this group. As now the battle for the lead as Hunter Carlson is taking the lead away from Tebow. But here comes Cansdale. Cansdale trying to get to the outside. Now Carlson will block. Here comes Cannon. Cannon's going to shoot to the inside of Cansdale. Can't make the move as Cansdale throws a block on him. Oh, Tebow almost got to the back of Wayne Cannon as Cannon had to lift right there. Or that would have been chaos right there. Here we go. We see some more takers. It's Zach Tebow and Adrian Featherston coming in this time. Lap number 51 is what number we're on. 52, as we have less than 49 laps to go this time by. 49 laps to go. This could be the money stop. When will the front two come in? As we see Featherston, Tebow, Daniel Jones, Monfu Jones, and Nicholas Mole all making their stop. As now, taking a look right here, and we see Hunter Carlson coming in for his stop, along with Wayne Cannon. Matthew LaRue has to get it way down. Oh! And Matthew LaRue locked it up right in front of Hunter Carlson and spun him around as Hunter Carlson actually went up and under the 31 machine of LaRue. Man, that would have been costly, but no caution. We stayed green. And now Matthew LaRue will come and get his stop. Gerald Berlin is coming in this time by. Austin Cansdale continuing to lead. The 70 is out of gas. Gerald Berlin pushed the envelope, and now we have a caution. Actually, we don't have a caution. I just saw a car spinning. What just happened? Yeah, we're still green, but Joe Berlin ran out of gas. And now Chris Norris asking if he can get his black flag cleared. We do not have race control for this race. He's pleading his case with NASCAR. Oh, yeah. Chris Norris goes around. How did that not bring out a caution? That was like right on the front stretch in the triangle. But we stay green. And now we got a accordion of cars. Hunter Carlson's gonna be your leader. Followed by Austin Cansdale in second. The gap between Cansdale and Carlson is 0.3 of a second. So not like we saw in that first set of cautions. First set of pit stops. As now, here we go. They've gotten hooked up on the bottom. Getting really organized. As they get organized. Chris Norris still trying to plead his case to get his black flag gone, but again, we do not have race control for this race. So he will have to maintain that black flag as Hunter Carlson continuing to lead. As we come down to .46 to go in this race. Lap number 56. Adrian Featherston and Christopher James getting hooked up and out of harm's way from the lead pack. And Norris has finally decided to come in and serve his black flag. Here comes Daniel Mindfood Jones with the big move from Patano with the shove. Daniel Jones goes to the lead at Daytona. Daniel Jones continuing to lead as he comes down the front chute. Here they come. Now they'll go into the middle. Now Daniel Mindfood Jones with the first lead of the day. Again, he did win. We had a little shootout race after the duel. And Daniel Jones won it. Hunter Carlson he called that move sexy. Man, what a move by Daniel Mindfood Jones for sure. That was sexy, as Hunter Carlson said. So here we go. It's go time now, folks. The gloves are off. Here they come. Patano riding around in second. Carlson in third. Cansdale in fourth. And fifth is going to be Wayne Cannon. Joshua Tressler in sixth. Seventh will be Chris Golden. As here we go. As Chris Norris has served his black flag and is leaving the pits. From Daniel Jones. Had a little hiccup, but that's okay. We're back alive right here at Daytona. Down the backstretch. Jones getting a big shot for Patano. As here we come, working lap 59. Daniel Jones continuing to lead. Zach Patano right behind him. Hunter Carlson third. Austin Cansdale in fourth. Wayne Cannon rounds out your top five. And Chris Golden is 11 seconds behind the field, behind the front, the lead draft, and the lead pack. Hopefully Tebow can get to the back of him and give him a push, and he works so, I mean, it's just frustrating because he worked so hard to get up there, ended up having to pit earlier than anybody else. Man, that's just got to be a tough break for Chris Gold for sure, but let's see if he can rebound from it and possibly get back up there and battle for this lead. As we see Daniel Jones holding the bottom line at bay. Yogi Schleer's moved up to the outside. I think just to get out of the way. So now the front three have broken away from Cansdale. About a tenth of a second. Patano giving Daniel Jones a shot right there. Not trying to make any moves, just trying to ride around behind him. The train is forming. Daniel Jones continuing to lead as we work lap number 61. There'll be 40 laps to go. 39 when they hit the line this time by. It's come down to this, folks. Does Daniel Mindfood Jones show the speed that he had in the shootout and try to sweep the weekend at Daytona? Jones holding that bottom line at bay with Patano right behind him. Patano giving him a shot down the backstretch, just a little push to keep him out in front. Carlson trying to get up to the back of Patano's bumper, but he can't do it. And now Jones keeping the 63 right behind him. As now we see Carlson trying to duck out of line. He gets right back in line. Lap 63, and Daniel Jones continues to lead. Here comes Patano. He's just going to get up to the back bumper. Just give him a little shot right here. We've been green ever since lap number 7. This has been the longest green flag run we've had all weekend. Been some great racing all over the track. Is this the calm before the storm, though, folks? Or will we finish this thing out in green flag conditions? Come around. Great aerial shot from the blimp. Here comes Jones trying to work on the lap cars, trying to get around them. I don't know why they took away his bottom line. They should have moved up to the high side. And they're making it hard for him to get around. This doesn't look good. This could be trouble right here. Jones gets a big shot from Patano to get him out front of these lap cars of Mole and Tebow. Tressler. Nicholas Mole has just dropped down to the apron. I think he's getting out of the way. And now Patano's going to try to shoot to the bottom and try to make the move. But what a move by Daniel Jones to keep that 63. He said, you're going to have to pass me on the high side, sir. You're not going to get me on the bottom. As here they come down to the line. Lap 66. There will be lap 66. There will be 35 laps to go this time by. 34 next time by. As here we go. Daniel Mindfu Jones continuing to hold the lead. Look at Hunter Carlson right there. He's going to get behind Zach Tebow. The lap machine of Tebow just staying right there. As we hit the line, there'll be 34 laps to go in this great American race. This is what we've waited for all day, folks. And it's coming down to the nitty-gritty. Chris Golden, if we do get a caution, Chris Golden will not be a lap down. So the lucky dog will actually go to Zach Tebow. As we take a look right here, tough break for Golden. He's lost the lead draft, and now he's just finding himself running around by himself. Man. And then we see this line trying to get formed up. Oh, sorry, this is the lead pack, excuse me. Sorry about that. It's Daniel Mindfu Jones continues to lead. 33 laps to go this time by. Does Wayne Cannon and Austin Cansdale, are they planning to steal this thing away from Daniel Jones right here? They're hooked up together. And don't look now, but Hunter Carlson is back as well. As now we see Patano trying to take the lead on the high side, but Tebow's gonna give the drafting help to Daniel Jones. Now Patano is hung out to dry. He can't get down to the bottom, but he's able to keep the side draft. Oh, this could be trouble right here for our leaders, folks, as Patano has decided to try to shoot to the lead But Daniel Mindfood Jones staying right there. Oh, Zach Tebow almost washed up into the 63 machine of Patano. But look right here. Hunter Carlson has moved up to the back bumper of Patano. But Daniel Jones continually. Now, look at this. Wayne Cannon trying to use Zach Tebow as a pick and just mind his own business and keep it silent as the battle for the lead is over. As now Zach Patano has taken away the lead with 32 laps to go. And now we see Tebow blocking Daniel Jones right here as Wayne Cannon gives Patano a shot. Watch that 29, 33, and 32. I think they're scheming something behind the scenes, and they're going to try to make a run for this. Well, it's not going to be at the end, but here they go, right here. Yep, there they go. As Austin Cansell goes with Wayne Cannon. Wayne Cannon goes back to the lead at Daytona. 30 laps to go when they hit the stripe. This is what we came here for. Zach Tebow, what a save. Man, how did he save that car? Oh man, what a run, what a move by Hunter Carlson to shoot up to the high side. And once again, Patano riding around on the bottom by himself, hung out to dry as he'll shoot down. Now Daniel Jones is going to shoot down to the bottom, trying to get the energy as Patano is shot up high. Daniel Jones now on the bottom by himself. He's going to try to get back in line, I believe. He's got room. Let's see if he tries to get up there. Now he'll get behind Patano. 29 laps to go in this Great American Race. Wayne Cannon continuing to lead. Austin Cansell in second. Then you get the lap machine of Tebow. The third place driver of Hunter Carlson. And the fourth place driver of Zachary Patano. And then you find Daniel Mindfood Jones sitting there in fifth. Any one of these guys can win this race except Tebow. Tebow is a lap down. Tebow is not battling for position. I gotta give it to Chris Golden though. He's been able to stay on the lead lap. Riding around by himself, that's pretty tough to do here at Daytona or any super speedway. And now he's got drafting help as he's got the back of Doug Packer. And as we see right there, he's cutting the gap down from, it was almost 40 seconds and now it's down to 35. So he's cut 5 seconds off that gap to Wayne Cannon, your leader. Somebody's coming on the radio saying they got a pit next lap. Interesting to see if our leaders have to pit or if they can make it. Love that sound from the static cam. That's 1,500 horsepower, ladies and gentlemen. As now, here we go. See who comes in. Patano comes in. Patano comes in by himself. That's the same thing that happened to Chris Golden. He had to pit by himself, and it ended up costing him. Doug Packer also in. But meanwhile, Wayne Cannon continued to lead as we hit 26 laps to go here at Daytona. Chris Golden is pitting this time as well. So Chris Golden from Elk City, Oklahoma, your dual race winner, will come into pit along with Zach Tebow. And now Golden will go a lap down. Hunter Carlson coming in this time by. When will we see our leader and Austin Cansdale come in? 25 laps to go in this race. Now Austin Cansdale's coming in also. Along with Daniel Mindfu Jones. Wayne Cannon he's coming in. Wayne Cannon comes in. The leaders are on pit road. This will hand the lead over to, if Tressler does not stop, Tressler will be your leader. Actually, Tressler's coming in along with Christopher James. So this should give the lead to Zach Patano. They're down the backstretch. Can Patano take this lead away? Because he's got drafting help from Packer. Golden staying at the bottom. Now he'll get hooked up with them. And I believe they're off the pit road, so it'll be interesting to see. Actually, they're not off pit road. I think they were. So they were able to get off pit road. It's down to 2 seconds. Here comes Tebow. Oh my gosh. They were able to hold on to the lead. Can you believe that? They had a big enough gap to stay in front. What a call, as it looks like Carlson has jumped Cansdale in the pits. And we'll move into the number 2 hole. That was perfect strategy call from this lead group. They were able to keep the lead away from Patano. Benjamin Hollenbaugh coming in this time. 23 laps to go here at Daytona. As Zachary Patano is pleading to Doug Packer, give him a big push to get him up there. Actually, he's pushing. Oh, he turned him! He turned him! Are you kidding me? And that tore up the 86 machine of Chris Golden. Let's see again right here. I think they're trying to, he wants to blame Packer for that, but that looks to be on, I have to take a look at this. As you see, we're riding on board with Patano. We're going to ride for a lap. "22 laps to go when we go 20. It will be 20. It'll be 19 laps to go when we go back green." We got a good shot right here of. Now let's see what happens right here as we ride on board. Oh yeah, that's on Patano. Patano got into the back of Packer and sent him around, and Chris Golden was just an innocent bystander. I think Patano, you heard him come over the radio telling Doug to give him a big push and catch the front cars, as we see Hunter Carlson going to short pit. Oh, fake out. Fakes out everybody. But Chris Norris will come in. But it was interesting, along with Yogi Schleer. But it was interesting because Patano just came on the radio and said, "Come on, Doug, let me get up to him." And I don't know what he was doing, but that wreck could have been avoided. And tough break for Chris Golden. The good thing is, though, he won't receive an EOL, but he won't be the first car lap down. So he's not going to get the lucky dog. The lucky dog will go to Zach Tebow in the Tide machine and the 10 car. As we see, and now we're hearing it on the radio, see what happens. As Chris Golden is trying to find out what happened. Zach Tebow's coming down pit road. Well, that's interesting. As they do give Patano an EOL. So Zachary Patana will go to the back and start at the tail end of the field. Well, meanwhile, it looks like Matthew LaRue might be out of this race. He's 27 laps down along with Nicholas Mull. I do not see those cars on track, so I'm thinking that they pulled off. But when we go green, as a lot of guys getting their tires warmed up, take a look and see who got the EOL. And we cannot see who got the EOL because it's not on there. I think it wasn't Packer. I don't believe it was Packer. Looks like they gave Packer and Patano the EOL. So Chris Golden is back on the lead lap, it looks like. No, sorry, he's a lap down. Excuse me. My live timing is all messed up. But here we go, working lap 81. Coming down the backstretch. The long super stretch here at Daytona International Speedway, excuse me. I don't know where I got Raceway. But Wayne Cannon's going to be your leader. Hunter Carlson will restart on the outside. Then you find Austin Cannon's got to line up next to Daniel Mindford Jones on the outside. Then you find Joshua Tressler and Gerald Berlin. Zach Tebow, who just got his lap back with Adrian Featherston. Don't see Tebow up here. Has Tebow... He's at the tail end of the field. I don't understand that. As the green flag's back underway here at Daytona. So it'll take them a few laps to get up through the gears. So that was our second caution of the day, by the way. As here they go, getting up through the gears. Daniel Jones giving Hunter Carlson a shot. They're two abreast, 2 rows deep. 19 laps to go. These guys know it's go time. Oh, what a move by Daniel Jones. He'll shoot behind Austin Cansdale to work with Wayne Cannon. Hunter Carlson is hung out to dry. Oh! Hunter Carson almost pushed the envelope right there. He thought he saw a window, but that window shut too quick. Woo-hoo-hoo, man. Now Christopher James lets him in. Oh, man, that would have been crazy if that would have happened right there. As now we see Wayne Cannon continue to lead along with Austin Cansdale and Daniel Mindfood Jones sitting there in P3. But now we look right here. Oh, there they go. It looks like Adrian Featherston goes around. Does not. We're still green. Unbelievable. We stay green. Chris Norris turned Adrian Featherston. And he's trying to tell him that he was inside of him. What just happened? And it does not bring out a caution. The leaders are down. All right, so let's see. Oh, yeah. Man. Yeah, Chris Norris, if that would have brought out caution, he deserves the EOL for that because he definitely hooked the 94 of Featherston. As meanwhile, we got a battle for the lead as Cansdale not pushing the envelope yet. 16 laps to go this time by. And 16 laps at Daytona is an eternity, folks. Zach Tebow's going to set the fastest time of the race so far with a 46.19. So Tebow looks fast in the draft, apparently. As Cansdale's just staying right behind Wayne Cannon, giving him a big shot right here. Here comes Hunter Carlson. He'll tuck out a line. Goes to the high side, seeing if anybody will go with him. Christopher James is not going to go with him. He thought about it, but now he looks like he might. Here comes Yogi Schleer. They thought about it, but they're going to stay in line. Single file as Yogi Schleer. Oh, Golden. That was close to the yellow line. But he did not pass below the yellow line, so he does get to maintain his position. So now we see right here, Hunter Carlson riding around in the 5th position, seeing if he could go to the high side and seeing if it would work. I mean, you got 15 laps to go. I think this is when you're just trying to see what could happen, what works, what doesn't work, who's going to be your dance partner, and who's just going to reject you. But now we're coming down the front chute, coming into the tri-oval. Be working lap number 87, 14 laps to go in this great American race. It's the inaugural Gen 4 Cup Series, and it's live right here on 4 Wide Motorsports Network. You're here for all the action, so sit down, buckle up, because here we go. It's coming down to the nitty-gritty. Austin Cansdale's going to shoot down here. But look at Jared Berlin. He shoots down to the bottom from the top. Oh, man, he almost turned on Wayne Cannon. He's right into the back bumper, trying to give him a big shot. Daniel Jones giving Cansdale a big shot. Here comes Carlson. That high side is starting to get organized as Carlson has drafting help from Tebow and Potato. Here they come down the front chute, coming to the line. There'll be 13 laps to go when they hit the line. 13 to go, 13 laps away from bragging rights saying that you won this inaugural race. Chris Golden has set the fastest lap of the race with a 45.89. Wow, that's fast. So that's what you want to see from that top line. The car who is the caboose setting the fast time, that's going to give a big shot to Berlin and Pisano all the way up to the 32 machine of Carlson. So here we go. When they hit the line, there'll be 12 laps to go in this race. 12 laps to go. As now we see right here, Joshua Tressler thought about moving up in front of Hunter Carlson. He'll keep it down on the bottom. He does have, there's an opportunity right there. There's a window. Don't want to grab it before it shuts. Oh, man, almost in the wall. Whoa, Jared Berlin. Had to get out of line right there. As now we see, oh, man, Yogi Schlier's going to shoot up into the high side. Yogi Schlier's going to shoot up in front of Carlson. Carlson likes that. He might use him as a pick just to try to sneak by the field. As they're staying single file for the moment, they're trying to get that high side to tuck in line and get up there and battle for the lead. Right now, it's Wayne Cannon, Austin Cansdale, Daniel Mindfood Jones, Joshua Tressler, and Hunter Carlson, your top 5. So here we go now. They're going to stay at bay. When they hit the line, there will be 10 to go. 10 laps to settle this out. Who's going to be the inaugural winner of the FWM Gen4 Cup Series? We'll soon find out. That question will be answered. As here we go, coming to the line. 10 goes up on the board. 10 laps to go. It's all come down to this. They've been nice, but now do they play nice right here, or is it about to get good and get down with the nitty gritty right here? As we see Doug Packer running around by himself, involved in that last caution. As he got turned by Zach Patano. There they go! They did not play nice. Zach Patano involved in another one. Let's take a look right here. Oh, Jared Berlin got into the back of Patano. Man. So that'll give Yogi Schlier will be back on the lead lap. Oh, Chris Golden hard into the wall. Man. Well, when we go back green, there will be 6 laps to go. Six laps to settle this. And we're going to step away for just a moment. You will not miss any of the action. We'll be right back here on 4 Wide Sports Network. Back here live just in the right time as they come out at turn number 4. And they come down the front chute going into the tri-oval. Pace car will hit pit road this time by. We'll settle it for 6 laps. Not knowing if we're going to get to a green-white checker or not. That'll be interesting for sure. Here we go through the Geico restart zone and green flag back in the air. It's time to settle this here at Daytona. And it looks like Doug Packer started on the bottom, on the apron, as they'll get up through the gears. Will they play nice, or will they get down and dirty? That is the question. 6 laps to go as they hit down the backstretch. Hearing those engines full at full speed, as now we see Austin Cansdale using the high side, getting drafting help from Joshua Tressler. He'll shoot out to the front at Daytona. Now we'll see if Daniel Mindfood Jones can get Wayne Cannon back there, or will he go up to the high side and leaves Cannon out to dry? But he does have Featherston behind him to help him out. Now we see they're jockeying for position. Hunter Carlson up high. Daniel Mindfood Jones using the slingshot to get around him. He'll shoot to the inside, trying to get to the back of Hollaball. Now they're jockeying for position. Oh, there we go. Wayne Cannon gets turned. It was not Hunter Carlson's fault. But Wayne Cannon thought he was clear. And he put the old Brad Keselowski right there. But, oh, man. Well, here we go. Our 4th caution of the day. I think he thought there was an open. Oh, that's just Wayne coming up. Wayne thought he was clear and he wasn't. And that's what happened right there. Man, 2 top cars. So now, folks, your leaderboard looks like this. Austin Cansdale's your leader, followed by Joshua Tressler in the 20 machine. Then you find Zach Tebow in 3rd in the 10 car. 4th, you find Daniel Mindfood Jones. 5th, you find Gerald Berlin. 6th, you find Christopher M. James. 7th, Yogi Schleer. 8th, Hunter Carlson. And 9th, Wayne Cannon. Adrian Featherston will get back on the lead lap. He'll be your lucky dog recipient. And if we go to a green-white checker, as we are approaching possibly running into overtime. There's no overtime in 2003, so green-white checker. Two attempts at a green-white checker. Attempt number 1. I believe we have entered a green-white checker situation. So this will be attempt number 1. But I think we're going to need that extra attempt to settle this. And we could possibly go past that, which if that happens, it's over no matter what. So we'll have 2 attempts at a green-white checker is what Hunter Carlson just came over and said. And then after that, it'll be next flag ends the race. There are 77 scoring loops around this big 2.5 mile. Is it 2.5 mile speedway? Super speedway. and we will use every angle and every live timing to see who is the winner when the caution comes out. As we come down through turn number 4. So here we go. Adrian Featherston, your pole sitter, gets back on the lead lap. I mean, he could win this thing. I mean, he's going to restart. He's going to restart 10th. Maybe they're not going to give him the lucky dog. I figured they'd give him the lucky dog. So maybe we're not going to get a lucky dog right here. So Wayne Cannon and Hunter Carlson will line up at the tail end of the field as they have received an EOL for that last caution. And I don't think any of that was intentional. I just think Cannon didn't know that Hunter was there, and he was just trying to get the run off his back bumper to give him a shot. And that's how this racing at Daytona can go. But look at this front row. We have Austin Cansdale, Joshua Tressler, who has had some momentum in the SK Modifieds, coming off a two top fives in a row for the SKs. Top threes, excuse me, podiums. So seeing that. And now he's on the outside of the front row on the high banks at Daytona. Unbelievable. And he's got a great pusher behind him. If I'm Joshua Tressler, I don't want to see any other car except that black number 17. Daniel Mindfood Jones has been one of the best. It's been a tie between him and Austin Cansdale as the top pushers of the day. This is about to get interesting right here. Does Christopher James win in his FWM debut? Do we see Joshua Tressler get the win? Or does Austin Cansdale live up to his nickname of Lucky? Here we go. Green flag back underway. We will get 2 attempts at a green-white checker. Here's attempt number 1 right now. They got to get up through the speed right here. Daniel Jones shoots down to the inside behind Tebow. Now Joshua Tressler up at the high side trying to get help from Christopher James. Now we see Jared Berlin shoot to the high side trying to get help from Tressler. Now Daniel Jones is going to go high, anticipate the momentum. Here he comes. Here comes Yogi Schleer, his teammate. UNCW Racing using the draft right here, trying to get to the front. As now we see right here, Austin Cansdale continue to lead Zach Tebow. When we hit the line, it'll be 1 lap to go. It's 1 lap left in this great American race. Here we go. They stay 3 wide. They're 3 wide. Can they keep it together? Can we make it back to the line? That is going to be the question. Here we go. This is it right here. 3 wide, almost 4 wide at Daytona. This is what we came and stayed for all day long. Down the backstretch for the final time. Tebow giving a big shot to Cansdale. Jones is there, right there. Here they go. And they're wrecking. No caution. We said green. We're going to finish this thing. Here we go. Austin Cansdale keeping it at bay. Here comes Tebow. He's going to stay behind. Here comes Tebow. He'll shoot to the inside. Here they go. They're almost 3 wide at the line. And it's going to be Zach Tebow. Zach Tebow has won the Daytona 250 for the FWM Gen4 Cup Series. Oh my gosh. What a race. Man. Wow. Zach Tebow has won the Daytona 250. Oh, man. Big wreck, as we see right here. I'm glad they got to finish it out. They were almost 3 wide at the line. So we have Zach Tebow, Austin Cansdale, and Daniel Mindfood Jones round out your podium. Let's take another look at this race. Okay, so we see Chris Norris get loose right here, and 2 cars go sliding up. But right here, Tebow just staying behind. He anticipates Daniel Jones to go up there. Jones going to give him a shot. Now, Jones is like, I'm going to try to sneak to the bottom, and Cansdale tried to pinch him, and when he did, that allowed Zach Tebow to use the high side drive. And Zach Tebow is your winner in the Daytona 250 and the inaugural winner of the Gen4 FWM Cup Series. Man, what a race. As we see, he'll just park it right there on the front stretch. We're going to step away. We'll be right back and hear from our top 3. Back here live at Daytona for your post race. We're joined firstly by Mr. Daniel Mindfood Jones. Daniel, man, you tried to get it right at the line, tried to sneak by, but just couldn't pull it off. But what a move you made earlier, as we showed our viewers Man, it was funny. Hunter Carlson came on the radio. He said that was sexy. But talk about what could you have done different to win this race?
Well, if it had went green earlier, whenever Wayne Cannon was in the lead and Austin was pushing him, it was a little bit different outcome. So I had a plan for that, but then it come green, white, checker, and I just know if I can get to the bottom and then kind of space it a little bit on the backstretch and then build up that momentum and then try to give it hell going down the front stretch. I tried to get it in there, but didn't quite work out. But that's how it is racing, man. But it was good fun. But that other move earlier was pretty wild. I had that load of steam, and I said, why not? So everybody held their line. It was good stuff. So everybody did a good job, and got a little hectic there at the end. But I mean, we did 100 laps. I mean, that was pretty wild.
Yeah. How do you build on this going forward as we go to, is it Rockingham next, I believe?
Yeah, yeah, no, I like Rockingham. It's a good track and whatnot. So we'll see if I'm as lucky at that one as I am in this one. Because of course Daytona is a lot of luck, but we'll see how it is on the short track.
All right. Well, congrats on the third place finish, and we'll see you next week at Rockingham.
Thank you, sir.
And is there anyone you'd like to thank out there before we let you go? Can't let you go yet.
I thank the good Lord for bringing us all together this Friday night. So it's always good camaraderie with everybody. Well, wife for letting me do this, and yeah, no, everybody here for showing up tonight, man. It's all good.
All right. Well, congrats on the third place finish. We'll see you next week at Rockingham.
Thank you.
All right. And now we're joined by Austin Lucky Cansdale. Austin, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you. I got you.
Man, talk about so close, just a little bit too late. I thought you were going to live up to your nickname right there. What could you have done different to win this race?
Uh, I could have just stayed high and blocked Zach, but I let him get too much room on the outside, and I tried side drafting him, and I think I bounced off of him, and I clipped mine through his nose coming through the tri-oval, and I'm still hurting after that one. I'm a little shooken up after that wreck. That kind of scared me. I was flying through the air like Ryan Priest.
Oh man, you'd be the one to get scared and have PTSD from a video game. But anyways, how do you build on this going forward in this championship hunt?
Well, I heard Matthew over there on the other side of pit road saying that this track's all about luck. It is. It was just all about keeping your nose clean at this track, just being lucky. I was fortunate enough to stay clean all race. So Rockingham's going to be a whole different animal. It's an old track. It's very rough. So hopefully just stay clean and just put down consistent lap times at Rockingham. Hopefully we have another good race. We only had like 5 cautions this race, so hopefully we can cut that down to like 2 next week, hopefully.
I think there was 4 because they didn't throw that last one on that white flag. So I think y'all ended up with only 4. So
Well, that's better than 20 from Monday, so I mean.
We don't talk about Monday on this show.
Oh, my bad.
But anyways, we'll see. Is there anyone you'd like to thank out there before we let you go?
I just want to thank Hunter Carlson for making my paint scheme. I love this car. I want to thank my fiance. She's one of my biggest supporters. My best friend Eric, he's been in the hospital for the past week with a blood infection and inflamed nerve, and he just got back home, I think Tuesday, and he's watching. He's out of work for 3 months, so I'm just going to try to keep him entertained and hopefully win a couple races in his name. I want to thank y'all for doing a great job for broadcasting everything. I love watching these races after a couple days, just reliving the moments, and thank the good Lord. Thank Ken for hosting all this.
All right. Well, we'll see you next week at Rockingham.
I'll see y'all.
All right. Now we're joined by your inaugural Gen4 FWM Cup Series winner and the Daytona 250 winner, Mr. Zach Tebow. Zach, how does it feel to be in victory lane here at Daytona?
Man, it feels pretty good. I won't lie to you, but I'm happy Austin's all right, man. My spotter told me there might have been a murder behind me after the start finish line.
Oh my God.
I'm glad to hear he's walking away. That was a tough one to watch in the rearview mirror there, but yeah, we just got lucky. This whole race is based on luck, like they were saying, and we came down pit road a little hot there during the second green flag pit stop, and I might have clipped the cone. I don't know. I don't agree with the officials on that one. I think maybe I barely touched the grass, but we got a 40-second penalty there. NASCAR, you know how they are. And we got off pit road there, and we got real lucky when that yellow came out. We just got passed by a leader, so it gave us that lucky dog. We came back around on pit road, set on another right side set of tires, got enough fuel for the end there, and just kind of kept pushing. I saw the door open coming out of 4, and hell, I knew that Daniel was going to pop his head up there at some point, so I figured I might as well shoot up when I had the chance, and when I did, it kind of worked out perfect. This timing worked out.
Yeah, you timed that move perfect, and that slingshot. It was like watching Talladega Nights. You said slingshot engaged right there, and a little shake and bake.
Yeah. Now I just need to find a teammate, hopefully, the next couple of races here to keep that kind of momentum going.
All right, and how do you build on this momentum going forward at Rockingham? Are we going to see you go back to back?
We're gonna hope for it. Rockinham's a good track. I only live about 45 minutes away from there, so maybe I can go by and get on the track surface myself before we get going here. But it's gonna be nice to take a look at it. I don't know if we're gonna have the repave here or not, but we're just gonna see how the track rolls out here. It gets a little slick coming out too, so you got to feather the throttle. But besides that, it's gonna be some good racing, I think. And the guys were running clean tonight. Not a lot of cautions going on, so I think the fans are in store for some good racing coming up here.
All right, and before we let you go, is there anyone you'd like to thank out there?
Well, I got to thank the wife for letting me do this, and the good Lord for, bringing us all together here, of course. And, I just got to thank the crew down there and, Chevy and, Tide, they're really keeping this motor rolling here with Hendrick Motors. So, we're happy out here. Appreciate it.
You're going to need some Tide after that race. Clean those drawers of yours, boy, but we'll see you next week at Rockingham. Congrats on the win.
Yes, sir.
Once again, that was Zach Tebow, your inaugural Gen4 FWM Cup Series winner. And we'll move to Rockingham. So we're going to go over the race results real quick. See if we can get those flash on. There we go. Zach Tebow is going to be your leader, followed by Austin Cansdale, then Daniel Jones. Joshua Tressler brings it home 4th. Yogi Schleer rebounds and finishes in 5th. Gerald Berlin in 6th, Hunter Carlson 7th, 8th, Christopher James 9th, Wayne Cannon 10th, Adrian Featherston. And then we find Benjamin Hollenbaugh in 11th, 12th, Chris Golden, 13th, Chris Norris, 14th, Zachary Patano, 15th, Doug Packer, 16th, Nicholas Mull, and Matthew LaRue round out your field. All in all, this was a great race. We had some great long green flag runs. Only had 5 cautions. So that's great to see in this inaugural event and the season opener. Next week, we will hit the short speedway track of Rockingham Speedway in North Carolina, the Rock as they call it. And we'll see y'all next week right here on the 4 Wide Motorsports Network. For my producer, Tracy Brown, I'm Emmett Crow saying good night, everybody. We'll see you next week.